Endless Sports.
One team that's got a first-round bye, they're moving on to Thursday to the official first round. We're talking Murrieta Mesa. Let's go live with the Rams softball team. Coach Romero and the whole gang staying by to talk some Murrieta Mesa softball here. And Coach Romero, first off, congrats on not one, not two, but 3 Southwestern League titles in a row. You went undefeated, the outright league championship this year. So, Coach Romero, what does that mean to the program to win outright and go unbeaten in Southwestern League play?
It's a big accomplishment, man, because, there's some good teams in our league, some really good pitching that we see. We've got a lot of D1 pitchers that are going to the next level, and it's good to just, beat those guys and compete against them day in and day out. But, yeah, it was an awesome run. Like I said, we're just blessed to be in a good situation and playing some good softball.
Coach Romero, throughout the entire season, you guys have been one of the top-ranked teams in Division I in those weekly CIF Southern Section polls. I'm sure, obviously, you just want to play who's in front of you, and you try not to look too far ahead, but you know who else is out there in Division I. Did you keep an eye on the rankings or maybe what those other teams are doing throughout the regular season?
Not really, man. I've always said this, man. The only ranking that matters is the one at the end of the season. So when you finish first at the end of the season, that's pretty much the only ranking that matters. They're good to be noticed. You put us on the map as a ranked team, but at the end of the day, we just play our game, and if we're there at the end of the season, that's where we want to be, number 1 at the end of the season.
Well, Coach, I want to give all the players a little bit of love, so why don't you just introduce real quick, even if it's first names or or position or whatever, but can you go around, just name who's there? Who are we looking at right now?
He's our stud sophomore center fielder, Taylon Holly. Who's back here? Our pitcher, Kaylee Raines Campbell. You interviewed her last year.
Yes.
That's her. Young freshman pitcher, Lily Hauser. Stud second baseman, Kinsey. Our new we got a new transfer that came in this year from Chino Hills. This is Maddie Lardzibal. She has a long last name. I hope I didn't mess it up. And we got our catcher, Jazzy Burns. You interviewed her last year. Stud catcher. Third baseman, Paige Van Barger. Van Barger. Victoria Prado, left fielder. And you got MJ last year. You interviewed her too. We put her on at the end. But yeah, utility player, stud. We got Lila Perez. Lila Perez. Hey, my little niece's name is Lila. I always mix them up. First base, utility player. Where else is we got Danica and Dakota Hobbs, the twins back here. Hi. We got our other catcher, Angelina A-Rod Rodriguez. We got another utility player, Harley DeMary. And we got another senior here, Jasmine Torres. And we got Casey Johnson, one of our other seniors who's sitting over here in the corner all quiet. We're missing a few. We could brought 20 deep.
Oh, my gosh. So, girls, this is a question for all of you. Are you going to win on Thursday?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I got to ask Jazzy right here in the middle. Coach sent me Jazzy Burns' stats, and they're just insane. The power numbers that you're putting up. You hold the school record in home runs and RBI. In fact, I think it was, 32 career home runs, 105 RBI. Jazzy, you play on a great team. You're providing a lot of offense for this team. But I feel like you're protected by a great lineup, right? You got some good, hitters around you in that Murrieta Mesa order.
Yes, absolutely. I think it feels great knowing that if I don't always get a hit, I got somebody good in front of me and somebody good behind me always. And I obviously could not ever have these stats without my whole team. So they mean a lot.
Jazzy, how excited are you about this playoff run? Because you know how much talent you guys have on this team, and you've been getting it done all season long. Do you feel like this could be a special season, a special team for the Rams?
Absolutely. I think if we're firing on all cylinders, that everything will come out the way it should.
Well, Coach Romero, let me go back to you. I think you're also AKA the cameraman on this, but but Coach, you've been around softball for a long time. I mean, how does this squad stack up to maybe some other teams that you've coached or seen before? Because I feel like this is a special group.
Oh yeah, hands down, this is the best team that Mesa's ever put, on the field. Just the talent around us, just all these, commits that we have and everything talent-wise. Yes, definitely the best team that I've coached here at Murrieta Mesa, for sure.
You know, Coach, softball is such a funny game, especially in the playoffs. I mean, it might be a pitcher's duel and one miscue by the other team, and you win 1-0. What do you think is going to be key to victory for Murrieta Mesa throughout the playoffs? What do you think you guys have to do well to make a playoff run?
Well, we gotta score runs for sure to win. You got to score to win. And our pitching is going to hold up, against the best. We've proven that all season. But yeah, we hit the ball. And, our defense is solid. Like Jazzy said, we're clicking on all cylinders. We're going to be tough to beat for sure.
That was my next question was, do you feel like, hey, this is a team that's going to win some games like 8-7, or are you going to win some games like 2-1? Because I feel like in the playoffs, whether it's softball or football or whatever the sport, defense kind of brings championships, right? Especially pitching and defense.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's softball though, man. Whatever team shows up and wants to win is going to win, especially in Division I. There is no easy game. Everybody's loaded pretty much. I mean, you saw the brackets go out in some of those wild card games. I mean, you got like Poly and some of those teams that are like, won 22-1 and they're in a wild card, won their league. So it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But like I told these girls, honestly, the way I feel is the only team that can beat us is ourselves. Okay, if we're clicking on our cylinders, nobody's going to beat us for sure. We play defense and our pitching, it's going to hold up.
All right, Coach, let me ask you this. And if I'm exaggerating, you can call me out on it. But the CIF Southern Section Division I playoffs for softball has got to be the toughest playoff bracket in the entire state and probably the entire country as well. If you come out on top in Division I in the Southern Section, there's probably nobody better than you.
I agree with that, man. I mean, this is where it's at. The Southern Section, I think we're the best, softball conference in the country for sure. Hands down. I mean, there's a lot of good softball out there, but, there's so much good softball all around this Inland Empire, man. It's crazy.
And, Coach, finally, when you look at the regular season so far, we talked about what you think it'll take to win in the playoffs, but what have you guys done well in the regular season that you'd like to see continued in the playoffs?
Just winning the tough games. Like, when we face some tough pitching, Great Oak had a tough pitcher, Vista had a tough pitcher, and we always come out on top. We find a way to score a run. Our pitching, our defense holds it down. So we know how to win those games, those close games, and we know how to, hit the ball and blow people out too. So, I mean, we know how to win both ways. So we're tested either way, wherever it goes, we're ready.
Well, Coach, listen, I really appreciate the time. It's been fun, following you guys from a distance here in this great season for Murrieta Mesa. And hopefully you still got several more games in front of you this playoff run.
That's the plan, man. That's the plan.
Coach Romero, you're the best. Best of luck, ladies. Beginning on Thursday, you'll find out who you're going to play in that wild card game coming up. But that's Murrieta Mesa softball. And you might want to stick around real quick because here comes our big boost play of the week involving Murrieta Mesa softball. Congrats, ladies, on the regular season. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
All right, that's Murrieta Mesa softball here on the Inland Sports Show. And let's check out our big boost play of the week because she's setting records right and left. We just talked to her a moment ago. It's this big-time home run against Vista Murrieta last week. Dead center field, up and gone against the Broncos. That was an 8-2 victory for Murrieta Mesa. As we mentioned before, they went unbeaten in league play. And Jazzy Burns now has the career home run and RBI record for Murrieta Mesa, putting a lot of pop in that lineup. And that's our big boost play of the week for your league champion, Murrieta Mesa softball team.
Inland Sports.